Hello, 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 divas. It's Coach Twa here with Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, and I'm super uber excited to get started with you today. So if you are live and direct, please say so in the comments. I'm trying to see how many of us are here. If you are watching on the Facebook, I highly, highly encourage you to go ahead and I highly encourage you to go ahead and join us on the Zoom. I left the link on our Facebook page, but if you are here in the Zoom, I can see your comments in the chat. So make sure that you say hi and hello and what's up in the chat, right? So you're coming in, don't be rude. Say hey girl, hey in the chat for me, please, because I want to be sure that we are being courteous to one another. If you are not able to check in on the chat, let's see, panelists, let's see, attendees who can chat with everyone. Okay, try it again, sis. I went ahead and enabled the chat here in the Zoom room. So go ahead and say hi, say hello to make sure that you are in the house. Hey, Patricia Wilson, let the ladies know exactly where you are checking in from. What city are you repping tonight? What city are you repping tonight, sisters? We want to know. I'm super excited about tonight's class because I have so much to cover, so much to share. And as you can see, there's a really bright sun behind me. So hopefully you can still see my face. Because the lights are all like confused and all the things. So let me see where the sisters are checking in from. Make sure that you say so in the chat. Sis, again, if you are watching this live on our Facebook group, make sure that you slide the oil, slide on over to our Zoom. I left the link, the zinc. That's hilarious. I left the link to the Zoom in the link. Sabrina is here from Michigan. Hey, girl. Hey. Larita is here. Hey, Miss Spain. She is in the house. Maryland. Hey, girl. It's from Houston. Ray Gray from, oh, hey, what's up? That's my cousin, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Hey, cuz. How you doing? Rena Hilliard is in the house. Patricia Wilson is in the house from Virginia Beach. Ladies, listen, I'm excited. I'm geeked. I'm over the top. I can't wait to share all the things that I have to share with you. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. But you know, I don't like to be rude either. I want to ask how many of you are ready to get started. If you're ready to get started, type ready in the chat. If you are ready to get started, type ready in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. I see some ladies saying that they are ready. So you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to share my screen so that you can see my PowerPoint presentation as well as my face. So hopefully you can see the screen. It should say the 10 ways your sleep hygiene is keeping you fat. If you can see it, type CSEE in the chat. Girl, I'm so geeked that we are here tonight. I feel like it's been a while since I've been live on a public Zoom. I go live quite often. Well, maybe even not in our membership group. I only do it once a week. So, okay, thank y'all for letting me know that you are able to see it. Listen, I have so much to say. I'm just going to go ahead and get started so that I want to respect your time tonight. Thank y'all first and foremost for joining Coach Twa, Fit, Fine, and Fabulous on a Sunday night. There are so many things that you could be doing with your time, but you are here wanting to learn more about how your sleep hygiene is keeping you fat. And I'm here to deliver for you tonight, sis. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. So we already know every time I host a live, I'm all the way over here, always giving out prizes, sis, always giving out prizes. So I wanted to be sure that you knew that tonight we are also awarding prizes. If you are interested in winning some booty bands tonight, I'm giving out some booty bands. If you're interested in being our #1 gift receiver, type a 1 in the chat. If you're like, yes, I would like a 3 set of booty bands in a Fit, Fine, and Fabulous mesh drawstring package shipped to my house, I would like that. Go ahead and type a 1 if you're interested in the 3 set, type a 1. Next up, I have a Black Women's Health Matters journal with a diamond pen. I have all kind of blinged out pens, y'all. So go ahead if you're interested in winning the Black Women's Health matters, because y'all know our health matters, go ahead and type a 2 in the chat. If you're like, oh no, I need that journal in my life. I need that journal. It's lined. It has the bookmarks, the elastic bookmarks, the regular bookmarks. It's such a high quality little journal there. Also, I have a 32-ounce Fit, Fine, and Fabulous water bottle. Girl, I'm giving away 3 whole prizes to divas who are interested in participating. Divas who are interested in participating. If you are interested in winning this water bottle, go ahead and type a 3 for me in the chat. A 3 for me in the chat. So I know you're probably like, well, how is it that we can win these prizes? How can we win? Well, the first thing you need to do is stay to the end. How many of you are planning on stay to the end? Type EEND in the chat. If you are planning on staying to the end, you're like, oh, okay, I gotta stay to the end to win. So at the end of the presentation, I am going to be giving you a phrase of the night. A phrase of the night. Somebody type what is that? PON in the chat. PON, pawn, because phrase of the night. Tell me pawn in the chat, because guess what? With the pawns, the phrase of the night, I'm going to be emailing you the pawn, the phrase of the night. It's not going to be, I'm going to be giving it to you here live at the end of the class, but I'm going to email you a link so that you can submit it to me. So you do not share it on Facebook group. You do not share it in the chat. I'm going to share it with you. If you understand what I'm saying, type a 0 in the chat. So you got to stay to the end. You got to get your phrase of the night. And then you're going to get an email saying, congrats, you completed class. Here's your phrase of the night. Go ahead and type a 0 if that makes sense. And then in that email, click that link, type the phrase of the night, because I only want sisters who are really here for this good information to see and receive what we have going on. So I have a question for those of you who are on the call. Go ahead and type me if you are here, if you struggle with falling asleep. Do you struggle with falling asleep? Type me in the chat if that is you. You're like, oh girl, I struggle. I just be up all night. I can't even get to bed. I don't know what's going on with me. If that's you, go ahead and type me in the chat. Or you wake up. Maybe you can get to sleep, but you wake up and you feel tired. If you feel tired, type tired in the chat. Type tired in the chat. If you like, girl, I get to bed just fine, but I wake up and I am tired. What is up with this? You know, ladies, as women of a particular age, as we get older, things be happening, sis. And so listen, if you're waking up tired, this call is definitely for you. How about you feel stressed more than 3 days a week? You just feel stressed out. You're like, oh God, I got too much going on. It's too much happening around me, too much happening in me, too much happening to me. If that's you, go ahead and type stressed in the chat. If you're like, girl, yes, I am stressed. Absolutely more than 3 days a week, but I'll go ahead and type stress, right? I'm also looking for the sisters who consistently get less than 6. You get less than 6. If you get less than 6, go ahead and type 6 in the chat. If you get less than 6, go ahead and type 6 in the chat. You get less than 6, and girl, I feel for you. Oh my Lord, less than 6 hours, right? How many of you have night sweats, which ruin your sleep? Like you can fall asleep, but then you get the night sweats. You're like, oh my God, I'm all sweaty. Like, how did I get all sweaty? If you get the night sweats, go ahead and type sweat in the chat. Don't be embarrassed. This is a safe place, right? Transparency is key, right? How many of you also have PCOS or other female hormone related issues? Go ahead and type me in the chat. Maybe you have endometriosis, maybe you have fibroids, maybe you have, like I said, PCOS, or you have something else going on in terms of your hormones. Go ahead and type me in the chat. All of these things could be reasons that your sleep is being disturbed, sister. We're going to talk about some ways that we can help you out, right? How about just in general? How many of you have been trying to lose weight, but just all the rules that they have now is just confusing? You got the people who doing the Ozempic. You got the people who saying no to carb. You got the people who over here just doing the juices and the fruits. You got the people over here saying, girl, just eat meat and don't worry about fruit and vegetables. If you have been trying to lose weight, but it's just confused, it's type rules in the chat. You're like, I just don't know what's going on. Do I just order Ozempic? Do I just starve myself? If you're like, oh, all the rules, it's just too many. I can't even handle it. let me tell y'all something, sis. I want you guys to be the girl in the front this summer. That's what I want for you. How many of you see this picture and you're like, I want to be the girl in the front? Go ahead and type leader in the chat. If you're like, no, I don't want to be the girl in the back. Who hating? Clearly she's hating. Clearly she's like, oh, her stank butt. Her butt stank. Like she looking at that girl like her butt stank. Like for real. That is a mess. But guess what? She's hating because she didn't put in the work, sis. And look, I don't want this for us. Summer is coming and it's coming quick. So, and then we got what, 14 weeks till summer or so? We have time. We have time to get it in. And one of the main things that we need to be getting together, right, is our sleep. People don't connect our weight with our sleep, but you should. There's so many things that go on with your sleep, and we're going to be breaking it down tonight. I want to tell y'all about, right now, summer is about 14 weeks away, right? But I always keep this 12-week situation going on because look how much can happen in just 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, if you only lose 1 pound a week, you'll lose 12 pounds. Right? If you lose 2 pounds a week, you lose 24 pounds. And it's hard to do, but if you lose 3 pounds every week, you can lose 36 pounds. You can lose more weight than this because there are 14 weeks left till summer. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your goal? Is it 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds? Because I know we are not just here to get better sleep. We are also here to lose weight. So what's your goal? We can't press forward. We can't press towards the mark. We can't do anything better if we don't have a goal. What is your goal, sis? Do you know your goal? Because mine is a summer situation. We've already entered into spring. Spring is what, a week away? A week, a freaking way, sis. That's all. So we're already on our road to summer. How many pounds a week up until summer are you planning on doing? Darius said 1 pound a week. Monica says 1 pound a week. Laretha says, she must mean the whole thing. It's not 20 pounds. Laretha, you talking about complete. Lanika like, oh no, boo, I'm doing the 3 pounds. Patricia said at least 1 pound a week. That is the healthy way. And listen, let me tell y'all, I got y'all. Tonight, I am so excited to be sharing with you guys something new that I have going on, and I can't wait to share it with you. But for right now, let's get into this verse of the day. Let's get into the verse of the day. Is it okay for me to share a verse with you? Type yes or no in the chat. Are you guys okay? We have some Christian sisters on the call. Do we have some sisters who love the Lord? Do we have some sisters who be lifting up hands and doing the praise and all the things on the call? Because listen, I don't want to offend nobody, but I love me some Jesus, okay? And I know that it's through him that I achieve all that I achieve, that I win in all the ways that I win, right? And even when I'm losing, it is still with him, right? So tonight, we're going to be discussing James 1, 22 and 24. And I love me a good message translation, y'all. And it says, don't fool yourself into thinking that you are a listener when you are anything but. Letting the word go in one ear and out of the other. Act on what you hear. Those who hear and don't act are like those who glance in the mirror and just walk away. And 2 minutes later, they have no idea who they are or what they look like. All right, sisters, so we are going to be what? Not just hearers of the word, but we are going to be what the Bible said you need to be doing. Don't fool yourselves into thinking that you are a listener when you're anything but, letting the word go in one ear and out of the other. We are not just going to be listeners tonight. We are actually going to show out for ourselves and our sisters around us as doers, as absolutely doers, like Miss Hilliard just said, like Laretha just said, like Monica Perry said, hallelujah. And that's what we're going to be tonight. So if you ever get confused, if you're ever like, well, I don't know what's going on, I can't, go to James 1, 22 and 24, and let it remind you not to fool yourself into thinking, okay? That's my verse right there, and that is our verse of the night. That is our verse of the night, sisters. So let's move on. Let's move on. I already told you guys how to win, but how many of you are new to the call? How many of you have never attended a Fit, Fine, and Fabulous call before? This is your first masterclass. You're like, Laretha's new. Y'all help me celebrate and welcome Laretha. How many other new sisters do we have that on the call that's never actually been in a class, just new to Fit, Fine, and Fabulous? Y'all help me celebrate, Debbie Toppin. Hey, girl. This is Renia's first masterclass. Hey, girl. That's my cousin, Renique's first class. Hey, girl. I'm so excited Renique is here. Hey, Renique. Well, for the new ladies, thank you, Janice, for welcoming them. Thank you, Daria, for welcoming them. Thank you, because listen, we are sisters in here, and we are trying to let you know, right? We're trying to let you all know that we are one. Right? My name is Nicole Coach Twyman. To those of you who are new to this, I am not new to this. I've been helping thousands of women lose weight for the past, 12 years or so, right? We are on Big Impacts. We are snatching waist, and this is what we do. Y'all help me celebrate Lolita in the chat as well. She is a first timer. And sisters, we've been doing this year after year after year. Right? So this year we are planning on making this a more fit, a more fine, a more fabulous 2024, more fit, fine, and fabulous than ever before. I want to share with you guys that I am formerly a project manager, an IT project manager, but I've turned into health, honey. I've turned into a health and wellness coach. Why? Because I want to serve Black and brown women, because I want to give back to my community. Why? Because I want to be of service. I personally want to live a life of service, right? We are made to serve one another. We are made to connect. We are made to commune. We are made to iron sharpen iron and to make each and every one of us better. Now, I did some great things at IBM and Procter & Gamble and PwC, and even at Microsoft, did some amazing things with them as a project manager. But nothing brings me greater joy than the joy that I have with the sisters here, as we are helping them to get off pills, helping them to lower their blood pressure, helping them to reduce their A1C, helping them to sleep better, helping them to lose 50 pounds, and all the things. That is where my heart now lies. I currently am an author of several books and best-selling author at that, but I'm only sharing these things with you so that you can know that I am not new to this. Now, there are a whole bunch of other slides about me being on TV, me being in a magazine, and all this other stuff, but guess what? I am not going to go through those slides. I'm just going to let y'all know that you are in good hands. Somebody in the chat type, good hands. You're in good hands with Coach Twy, okay? Because guess what? I've been where you are. I am speaking from experience. Thank you guys for typing in the chat that you're in good hands. These are the ladies who know me, who I've been serving for quite a while. They know that you're in good hands. And I am not ashamed of my story. I'm not ashamed of where I come from, with my waist being more than 40 inches and my pounds being all the things. Why? Because I use my experience to help others, right? I've tried all the diets. Right? I've tried all the diets and all the things. I'm pretty sure you guys tried the green smoothie diet. You've tried the Dr. Ian and all these other things. I'm not even going to get into all the diets I did. I did way too many diets until I figured out the habits I needed to focus on. And look at this, y'all. I snatched it right on up. I snatched it right on up, honey. Snatched the body up. And I've been doing it ever since. And y'all, I even started gaining weight on purpose. Can you believe that? Somebody type on purpose, because I want to know if y'all can hear me. I actually gained weight on purpose just to lose with the sisters who were with me. If you heard what I said, type on purpose. On purpose. Yes, I began doing that in my 40s. I've done it so far 3 times. And guess what? You are just not going to believe it. The last time I did it was in 2021. This is the last time I did it. And guess what? I did it again. I'm big girl right now, right? I gained weight on purpose. Y'all, somebody in the chat type last time. I ain't doing this again. Doing it later in your 40s, ooh, it's not easy. I am back, a big girl. I've gained weight again. This is my last time. I am 49 years old. I turned 50 in October, and I plan to shed my weight before my birthday. We are going hard to get this weight off. And why do I do this, ladies? So that I can walk in step with you. so that you could see that I am in line with you, so that I could feel what Lanika feels, so that I could feel what Debbie feels. And I could say, Debbie, I feel you. My cravings off the charts too. Okay, and this is what we're going to do together. I'm going to be sharing with you the meal plans and all the things that I'm using so that we can lose together. Because honestly, y'all, I just couldn't keep it to myself. I've been doing this, like I said, for 12 years. And the past, 10 years, I've literally lost and gained weight on purpose to show ladies like Courtney Breon how to lose weight. Courtney was 263 pounds, ended up 199 pounds. She went from a size 20 to a size 14. Who was trying to be like Courtney Breon? Type CB in the chat. Who would love to lose 60, 70 pounds and end up with the waist all snatched in like that? Go ahead and type CB in the chat. I've done that. I've helped ladies do that over and over again. Or how many of you are diabetics and you need to reduce your A1C? So I want you guys to be like my girl over here who has lost. This is Demita Green, y'all. Demita has reduced not just her blood pressure, but also her A1C went from a 6 to a 5.4, 6.1 to a 5.4. How many of you need to reduce your A1C? Type A1C in the chat. Now I have all these examples of women who have lost weight, who have just changed their lives, who have become better women because of joining Fit, Fine, and Fabulous. And listen, I won't bore you with all the details, but I need you to know that you are in a safe place with women who look like you, women who talk like you, with women who have taste buds like you, with women who are excited about being healthy like you. It is not over for us. Right? We may have tried over and over and over again to lose weight, and maybe we've struggled, but it is not over for us. There is room for all of us to win, and we're going to be winning together because we are better together. Y'all might be asking yourselves, why is this so important to her? Like, why is this so big for her? Well, I'll get to that in just a second. But here's one of the reasons, y'all. Before I even get to the sleep stuff, I have just got to say that, did you know, according to the CDC, 57.6% of Black women are not just overweight, but they have hypertension, meaning they have high blood pressure or they're taking some type of high blood pressure type medicine. Did you know this? Yes or no in the chat. It is like 60% of us. And this is from 2020. So I know the number has gone up in 2024, but this is directly from the CDC. This is horrible. So we should be appalled. So if we go to church and we're sitting in a pew and there's 10 ladies there, 6 of us have high blood pressure. Do you believe that? Yes or no in the chat. Do you believe this stat? Yes or no? Do you believe it? Do you think it's over exaggerated or do you think it's real? Do you think it's real? Lolita said, I believe it. Debbie said, I believe it. Patricia said, yes, girl, I absolutely believe it. Right? Because guess what? Same percentage, about 55.9% of us back in 2020 were obese. Not just fat. We're talking obese. And you know, obesity is when you have a larger frame and you have more fat on your body, and it could lead to death. You realize that is what obesity is. When you are obese, you're not just overweight, you're not just fat, but you are obese. 60% of us are obese. So when we're like, okay, why are we having these classes about sleep and fat? Why are we having these classes about this is why? Does that make sense to you guys? Isn't this crazy? Isn't this scary? This is why this is so important, because we're not just talking about you, Lolita. We're not just talking about you, Eleonora. We're not just talking about you, Janice. We're talking about you, your mom, your aunts, your nieces, your neighbors, your church members, your sorority sisters. We're talking about all the Black women. So it's up to us to be able to make those types of changes, sisters, and not just sit around and wondering what we're going to do. Because I'm wondering, how many of you know someone in your family? Maybe it's, maybe it's you with high blood pressure, right? How many of you type a 1 in the chat? Actually, do me a favor, because I want y'all to count these up. Count these up. Count them in your head, okay? Count up the number of people, and maybe it is including you, who you know that has high blood pressure, that has diabetes. Come on. Do you know somebody with high blood pressure? Do you know somebody with diabetes? Do you know somebody with heart disease? Do you know somebody with high cholesterol? Do you know somebody with hypertension? Do you know somebody with cancer? Do you know somebody with inflammation in their body? Do you know somebody? What is your number? How many of these do you know at least one person? How many of you know at least one person with these things? Oh my goodness, sisters. Do you see? It is almost all of us. Lanita says it's like everybody. Cynthia Coleman said it's just too many to count. Honestly, it's too many to count. For me, I scored a 5, right? My mom and dad had high blood pressure. My mom and 2 brothers have diabetes. My dad actually passed away from heart disease. And you know what? You know what, ladies? I'm gonna take a pause. I know today is St. Patrick's Day, but today is also my dad's birthday. My dad died when I was 19 and I am 49. So he died 30 years ago. Wow. Long time. Today is his birthday. So I'm actually dedicating this live to my dad. Like, happy birthday to him. Because I wish I had known what I am telling y'all when he was alive. Maybe I could have helped him, right? So when you're like, well, what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to get healthy? Why are you serving all these people? That's my personal why. I hope all of you know your why as well. Because I need y'all to know that it's not the diabetes, it's not the heart disease, it's not the obesity that runs in your family, right? Disease run in your family because eating habits run in your family. Do you believe that? Yes or no in the chat. It is eating habits that run in your family. It's not necessarily just the disease. The disease may be a part of your ecosystem here, right? It's a part of your makeup, but your genes may have a loaded gun, but who is pulling the trigger? Who is out here doing all the things to pull the trigger to get the thing to go? You can have it in your body, right? But you don't have to activate it. We're out here pulling triggers. How many of you are pulling triggers? Type gun in the chat. Or if you want, you could type trigger. That's a little longer to type. But if you know you pulling a trigger, be honest. Type trigger or gun in the chat. Be honest. At least be honest with yourself. If you're gonna be honest with me, be honest with yourself. Thank you, Lanika. Lanika's like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Because of Renique, like, hey, listen, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm triggering. I'm out here just triggering things. That's what I'm doing. Cynthia says I've been triggering for many years. And that's just real. It is real to face your facts in the mirror. It is real to face your facts in the mirror as well, right? We have got to be able to be honest with ourselves and say, man, yeah, you got to stop saying, oh, I'm big boned. Oh, it just runs in my family. Yeah, it does, but you out here triggering yourself, pulling all the triggers, eating all the wrong things, right? And I know it's not just Cynthia Coleman. It's not just Lolita and Gina and Janice and Lanita and Lanika. Some of y'all are sitting here being quiet, and you shouldn't be. And I know you're supposed to be typing trigger, but you're not. You're being quiet about this. And you should. You should type trigger. You should type gun, because that's why we're on this call. That's exactly why we're on this call. Right? We need to be letting food be our medicine. Honeys, we are not victims to our genes, but we are victims to our own habits. And we all know that. We all know that that's the truth. Absolute 100% the truth. So tonight I'm going to be talking about the 10 ways your sleep hygiene is keeping you fat. Who is ready for that deep dialogue, though? Are you ready for that? Go ahead and type fat in the chat. Are you ready to actually learn this? Because we should have all our sisters on the call who are ready to listen. Let me see how many folks we got on the call right now. Let's see. We got about 40, 50 people on the call. Okay. You ready to talk about it, type fat? Because I'm ready to deliver. I'm ready to deliver what I said I was going to deliver. So tonight we're going to be talking about the 10 ways your sleep hygiene is keeping you fat. First off, I want to ask you on the call. How many of you had an aha moment when you even read that? How many of you were like, wait, what? Sleep makes me fat? If you had an aha, type aha in the chat. If you had an aha, type aha in the chat. If you're like, what? I did not know that. I did not make that connection, right? Varel, I know it's not just you, boo. I see Varel type aha, right? Like, how many of you already knew that your sleep is connected to your fat, right? If you had an aha moment, go ahead and type aha, because improving your sleep hygiene can have a significant impact on your weight management, how you manage your weight. Poor sleep habits might be contributing to your weight gain or maybe making it harder to lose weight for several reasons. Reasons. Now, I have 10 reasons, and I need a volunteer. Who's going to volunteer? Type me in the chat. Who's going to volunteer? I need somebody to record the 10. Who's going to do that for me? Because when we type it out, and I need multiple of you to do it, when we type it out in the chat, we seem to remember it better. So I want you to see it on the screen. I want you to hear it in my voice. And I want you to type it out. Because when you do those 3 things, you remember it better. Janice is going to remember it better. Lanika is going to remember it better. Who else is going to be typing it out or at least writing it out? I need you to write it out, sis, because I want you to remember. I don't want this to be another call where you just show up and you just listen, and then at the end, you don't do anything. Remember the verse of the day, okay? Remember the verse of the day. We are here for action, okay? All right, we got Debbie, we got Varel, we got Laretha, we got Annie, we got Gina, we got Lita, we got Lanika, and we got Janice. All right, Cynthia Coleman says she got her pen and her paper. So here's number 1, increased appetite. Number 1, 10 ways your sleep hygiene is keeping you fat. It increases your appetite. It increases your appetite. A lack of sleep can lead to higher levels of a hormone. It is a hunger hormone. I have a question for you. How many of you are familiar with ghrelin? Ghrelin is a hunger hormone. Did you know that that is a hormone in your body, that it is produced when you are sleeping? So if you are not getting enough sleep, that hormone is not released like it should. And guess what? You out here hungry all the time. So it increases your appetite when you don't get enough sleep. So some of you are like out here hungry and ravenous and always want to eat, and you don't know why. I need you to ask yourself, how much sleep did I get? Why? Here are some hormones I want you to learn. Somebody, when you're taking notes, Lanika and all the ladies who are taking notes, make sure that you are typing GHRELIN. I want you to know about that hormone that is produced when you were sleeping, right? And then there is also a hormone that keeps you full. It is called leptin, LEPTIN. You have lower levels of both of these hormones when you don't get your sleep. So that causes increased hunger and crazy appetite. Like you could just keep eating and just not feel yourself, right? And you end up eating high calorie, carb rich types foods. So when you don't get your sleep, here's the connection I want you to make. When you're not getting your sleep, your hormones are not able to balance themselves, specifically your hunger hormone. Now, there are other hormones you jacking up when you don't get your sleep. But since we're talking about fat and gaining weight, you are messing up your hunger hormone and your satiety hormone. The hormone that makes you feel satiated. The hormone that makes you say, okay, I'm not hungry anymore. There are 2 of them. And we need to know these, ladies. All right? You got it? If you got it, type 1 in the chat. Type 1. If you got that, when we go to sleep, we're not getting our hormones regulated if we are not getting good sleep. So we need to be aware of these 2 hormones. I'm going to give y'all a quiz. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to quiz you, but I want you to leave this masterclass knowing something. I want you to leave feeling like, okay, I know, like when you are not getting your sleep and you're up on your phone, I need you to realize like, oh, I'm jacking up my leptin right now. I don't want you to think about it as, oh, I'm just going to be tired tomorrow. Because it's not just about you being tired. It is also about you jacking up your hormones, right? Number 2, cravings for unhealthy foods. Sleep deprivation can affect your brain's reward centers. making you more likely to crave and consume unhealthy, high-calorie foods, right? Simply because you're sleep deprived. Sleep deprivation, man, they use that as a tactic in the armed forces, right? When they want to extract information from somebody, they deprive them of sleep. For us, I mean, sleep deprivation is a real thing. That is almost worse than getting shot with a gun. Man, have you ever tried to go 2 days without sleeping? Oh my God, it's horrific. But it definitely still gives us the same type of issues if we are getting a little less sleep each day, a little less sleep each day. So sleep deprivation can affect your brain's reward centers, and then you're now only craving unhealthy food. Is anybody experiencing that right now where you're like, yeah, I only want junk and I don't even get why? If that's you, type me in the chat. If you're like, yes, I honest to God, I just want junk. But I need you to also think about how much sleep am I getting? Have you guys ever connected your craving and what you're craving for with your lack of sleep? With your lack of sleep. Sis, look at all of us who are experiencing the same thing. You're like, oh my God, yes, that's me. I'm craving all the wrong things. I'm craving all the bad things. And it's because we are not getting our sleep. This is a chemical thing. This is not a willpower thing. Your body is doing what it should do, but you're not allowing it to complete its complete work. Number 3 is decreased metabolism. Where my stenographers at? Where my note takers at? Insufficient sleep can slow down your metabolism, reducing the number of calories your body burns at rest. Now, that's the last thing we want to do. That's the last thing we want to do is decrease our metabolism, but that's what's happening, right? That's what's happening. All right, we're going to move a little faster. Number 4, insulin sensitivity. Poor sleep can lead to decreased insulin sensitivity, which can increase the risk of weight gain and diabetes. Now, I'm going to ask y'all in the chat. Y'all have to know this because so many of you type that you have A1C issues. You have to realize that you have got to get your sleep because of the insulin sensitivity issues that can arise if you are not getting your sleep, especially as someone with prediabetes or with diabetes. I hope your doctors has the doctor ever told you in order to help your diabetes, you need to get more sleep? Yes or no in the chat. I hope I see some yeses, Lord God. Ooh, Patricia said, no. I had a feeling it was going. I had a feeling it was going to be no, Debbie. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Eleonora's like, nope. Eleanor Killings actually said, yes, girl, you should give your doctor a hug. Do you see all the other ladies who were like, no, my doctor never told me that? Guess why the doctor never tell you that, y'all? The doctors get paid for the medication and the scripts that they write. So do they really have like that your best interest at heart when it comes to your health? Or do they want to just continue to give you the meds to keep regulating your situation versus telling you how to eat and sleep and drink? So the doctor didn't tell you, but guess who's telling you? Coach Twy out here telling you, sis, right? Insulin sensitivity. Poor sleep can lead to decreased insulin sensitivity, which can increase your risk of weight gain and type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. And losing weight is one of them, Gina, but it's also tied to sleep. Number 5, impaired judgment and decision making. Now, when you're tired, sis, when you are tired, don't you think it makes it harder for you to make healthy food choices? Be for real in the chat. Don't you think? Yes or no? When you are tired, what kind of food do you think you want? What kind of food are you looking for when you are tired? Right? That's right. It impairs your judgment. So you are out here not getting your sleep. Now your hormones are jacked up because you didn't get your sleep. Your leptin and your ghrelin is all jacked, right? And then now you have the sensitivity going on with the insulin. And now just your judgment is cloudy. Right, Eleonora, you got the brain fog going on. So listen, I'm probably going to grab a burger. I'm probably going to go through fast food line because I have these insatiable cravings that I can't even control because I'm not getting my sleep. And I'm having just impaired judgment because I'm not myself. I'm not myself. right? Sis, you have got to realize what's happening with your bodies. And what this class is about educating you on how your body works so that you can be aware, so that we can all we can become closer to the systems that are happening in our bodies. We need to become more close, right? We need to become more connected, more tuned in into what's going on in our bodies. Sometimes we're just like, I have no idea why I'm so hungry. Now you know. It could be sleep. It could be water. It could be food choices. It could be sugar detox. But whatever it is, it's an issue as it relates to how you're treating and healing your body. Does that make sense? Type yes or no in the chat. Type yes or no in the chat if that makes sense to you. Gina says it makes sense. Kathy says it makes sense. But then let's go to number 6. We are already on number 6. Where my court stenographers at? Increase cortisol levels. Raise your hand in the chat if you know what cortisol is. I know my Fit, Fine, and Fabulous membership sisters know what cortisol is. I'm talking to the other ladies. Raise your hand if you know what cortisol is. And if you don't, type not me. Type not me if you're like, I don't really know what it is. Type not me if you don't know. And don't be ashamed if you don't know. Thank you, Lolita. Thank you, Rena. There are ladies who don't know this, and this is why we are here. The only reason, thank you, Renee. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Renee. You know why I'm asking you guys to raise your hand is because some of these other ladies have been in classes with me before, right? And this is something I talk about all the time. Zelda, thank you so much. Thank you, Gina. Thank y'all for being honest. That's what this is about, India, is being honest. Cortisol is another hormone we need to clock, y'all. I done gave y'all 3 hormones that we need to be aware of. Cortisol is one that happens when you are stressed out. When you are absolutely stressed, your cortisol levels rise. Cortisol is a hormone that is released when you're angry, when you are upset, when you are stressed, when your shoulders are tense. You are releasing cortisol. And the unfortunate thing about cortisol is that it directly affects your fat storage in your body. It directly affects it, especially in your abdomen. Especially in your belly. So some of us have big bellies because we are stressed, because our hormones are out of whack, because we are not drinking enough water, because we're not getting enough sleep. But this is one of the reasons, sisters. Cortisol. Somebody in the chat, do me a favor, especially my core stenographers, type cortisol levels. I want you to type it because the more we hear it, the more we see it, the more we write it, the more we remember it. I want you to realize when you are stressed out, I need you to count down from 10, sis. I need you to take some Zen moments. I need you to take some self-care moments because cortisol is real. So you can be doing all the things. You could be eating right, working out, exercise, but your butt out here stressed out over bills, stressed out over school, stressed out over work, stressed out over kids, stressed out over the neighbors, and your belly will remain big because cortisol is released and it's contributing to your belly size. These are some of the reasons, right? Poor sleep can increase stress. Poor sleep can make you feel like, oh, you can feel stressed out of control simply because you're not getting good rest. Good sleep is so important, way more important than we know. Number 7, sisters, less physical activity. Now, this is obvious. If we're not getting our sleep, we're not trying to exercise. Am I right or am I wrong? If you feel like I'm right in the chat, type right. If you feel like I'm wrong in the chat, type wrong. In terms of physical activity, if I'm tired, oh, it's a wrap. We already don't want to do it. And then we didn't get our sleep. Girl, bye. Right? But feeling tired due to poor sleep can reduce your motivation. You realize that, right? You are less motivated. You ain't trying to do nothing healthy. You tired, right? You have your energy levels are dumped. They're in the trash, leading to less physical activity and fewer calories burned. What that leads to, y'all, less physical activities, fewer calories burned leads to what? Somebody tell me what it leads to in the chat. If I am burning less calories and I am not moving as much as I should, what does it lead to? Janice said it, fat. Lanika said it, weight gain. Renia said it, weight gain. Cynthia said it, fat. Y'all, get your sleep so you can do the things that you need to do to care for your body. Number 8, growth hormone production. Sleep is crucial for the production of growth hormone, which helps regulate body composition, muscle, and bone growth and metabolism. Poor sleep can disrupt this process. Now, this may not all the way apply to all of us on the call, but it is one of the reasons some of us are fat, right? The growth hormone production is just not happening. That's number 8. Let's move on over to number 9. The impact on your fat cells, sis. Impact on your fat cells. Research suggests that poor sleep can affect the way your body stores fat. Isn't that unfair? Really? So now you're going to mess up the way my body stores fat? You're going to make it store more? What are you doing? It potentially leading to increased fat accumulation. Did you realize that? I have some facts I want to share with y'all. Are y'all okay with me sharing one extra fact? Type yes or no in the chat. I got one extra that I'm going to add to this about fat. It's not on this slide, but I want to share with y'all about fat cells that I think you need to know. I think all of us need a better understanding. Like fundamentally, we all need a better understanding of how our bodies work so that we're not always so mad at the scale, so that we're not always so mad at this and that. We need a better understanding of how our bodies work. So here's one thing I'm going to tell you. Fat cells never die. If you knew that already, type a 1. If you just realized that, if you just heard that, you're like, wait, what? Type a 0. Fat cells don't die. They absolutely do not die. They stay in your body. Correct? Okay. Thank y'all for being honest to the 0 ladies. Y'all are being honest. Fat cells, when you lose fat, right? The fat is leaving. The fat is leaving, but the cells stay. India, the cells are staying in your body. So you're like losing weight, all the things, but you know what? Okay. Ooh, girl, I have so much to share with you. I can't listen. It's gonna be 2 hours if I do all of this, but I can't leave this slide without saying more about it. And I really hope that's okay with you guys because we're gonna go a little longer. But I can't go to the next slide without saying this. One thing is fat cells don't die. That you will lose the fat, yes, but the cell that held the fat is gonna stay there. And when the fat leaves, your fat cells are distrusting. They don't believe. Ooh, your fat cells don't believe that you are actually going to be consistent. You're like, what are you talking about? Do you know that after the fat leaves, your fat cells, right? They're still there because they're not going anywhere. The fat came out of it, but the cell's still there. And it fills up the fat with water, y'all. Water. So some of us are like, I'm doing all the right things. I'm working out, I'm exercising, I'm getting my rest. I'm staying in my zen so the cortisol don't mess me up, but I still ain't losing weight. But guess what, sis? You are losing weight. You're losing fat, but the fat cells replace the fat with water for a temporary period. After about, I don't know how long, it differs from person to person. But if you have ever had a situation where you were doing all the right things and you are at a stall, you're like, gosh, God, and then one morning, tell me if this is you. Has this ever happened to you in the chat? Yes or no? One morning you woke up, got on the scale, and all of a sudden you was down 3 pounds. Just out the blue. You're just like, well, what in the world? Has that ever happened to you? Type yes or no in the chat where you're just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? Yes or no in the chat. Janice says it happened to her. Gina said, look at all the yeses. Now you know why. Now you know why. So here's some scale game. The fat cells don't leave you. They fill with water. So if the fat left and the water came in, how much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? If the fat cell filled itself up with water, even though you let the fat left, how much do you weigh? Do you understand why the scale sometimes don't move? Because that is how your body works. Sometimes we mad and trying to throw the scale out the window because your body's doing what your body do. Because your body's doing what God designed it to do. It is holding. It is holding. I like to say, I mean, that's probably not the way your fat cells are actually thinking, but that's how I think about it. The fat cells don't trust you. The fat cells don't think that you're actually going to keep and be consistent. So it fills it with water and it waits. It waits. It waits. And guess what? Some of us break. And then we just go get a burger and we say, I hate this scale, and we just give up and we say, I'm gonna start on Monday. And some of us never see the whoosh. I call it the swoosh, when the water comes out the fat cell that's full of fat and then it flattens. So the fat cell is always there. For those of us who've lost weight, the fat cell is, full of fat, fat leaves, water comes in, the water leaves, and then the fat cell is no longer fat with water or fat. Now it's flat. That is how you get skinnier, right? Because the fat is leaving the fat cell, but the fat cell will never go. That's why it's so easy for you to gain weight again. Because them dang on cells, even after you lose weight, even after the water has released, right? The cells are there, almost like waiting, waiting for you to gain weight again. It's like, my boobs are back. And then they just start gobbling up the fat. And then you just grow and grow and grow. It's easier. It's almost like muscle memory, but it's fat cell memory. It remembers. It remembers. So let me just give you some game, sis. So when you are stuck and you are eating healthy, you are working out and you are doing, keep going. Somebody in the chat type, keep going. Because all of our bodies are different. We do not know when the swoosh is going to happen. We do not know when the water will be released. We don't, our bodies just, you can't just automatically be like, fat be gone on Saturday because that's when we weigh ourselves. Fat be gone on Monday because that's when you can't do that. Your body works how it works. How many of us can tell our bodies how fast to beat, how fast the heart should beat? How many of us can do that? How many of us can tell our bodies how quickly our lungs should inflate and deflate? How many of us can tell our bodies when to do that? Right? Our bodies have their own functions that you don't control. And that is one of them. The whole fat cell release thing is one of them. I need you guys to understand more concepts about how your body works so that you can stop being mad at the scale and then trust the process. Somebody in the chat, please, for me, type trust the process, because the process will happen. Right? The same way the respiratory system does what it should do. Right? The same way all the systems that are, the nervous system does what it's supposed to do. Your body is made up of all these systems. It's doing what it should do. You need to do what you should do so that your body can do what it can do at its optimal. And one of those things we should be doing is sleep. Is this good to you guys? Are you getting what you need? Are you getting what you came for? Yes or no in the chat. Is this good information? Is this what you needed? Let me know in the chat. I'm trying to see if we're helping the sisters out tonight. The last thing, number 10, emotional eating. A lack of sleep can affect your mood. We knew that. Y'all know you're moody when you don't get no sleep. You're moody. Your stress is off the chain. And when we're like that, we feel our emotions, right? Like when you are sleepy, you feel your emotions even more. Right? Is that true? Right? Yes or no in the chat. Right? When you are sleepy, oh man, you're angry. You're even more angry, right, than you would normally be. You might listen, don't play with me when I'm sleepy. Okay? Don't play with me. Some people be like, don't play with me before I have my coffee. Right? Or if you're sad, you're even more sad. Because sleep affects your mood. It affects your emotions. So we all know that when we get emotional, what do? What do we do to bring us comfort when we're emotional, sisters? What do we do? Like the Snickers commercial. Correct, like the Snickers commercial, right? Janice says we eat. Debbie says we eat. Another reason we need to get our sleep. We need to get our sleep. Sisters, that is our top 10 reasons why your lack of sleep is causing your body to be fat. causing your body to be fat, right? And we have some things, right? I told you guys earlier that I had a why that's kind of connected. Like, why am I doing all these classes? Why am I hosting all of these trainings? I want to get into my why, if that's okay with you guys. But before I get into my why, I want to first ask, did everyone understand the 10 reasons? The 10 reasons. If you did, somebody asked what's number 3? Decreased metabolism. It's number 3. It's number 3. Did you guys get all 10? If you did, type 10 in the chat. Cynthia Coleman is on it, baby. Type 10 in the chat. Thank you, Cynthia Coleman, for giving her the notes. Giving her the notes. 10 reasons, 10 reasons. Okay, so I gave you guys the 10 reasons. We have a few more minutes, and if it's okay with you guys, I want to share, I was gonna do my personal ride, but I just looked at my time, and it's a lot of it's a lot of information I want to even share. And I don't know. Do you guys want to hear my personal why? If you do, go ahead and type WHY in the chat, because it's going to take us over a few minutes, but it may be worth your information. I don't know. I see some ladies are saying why. I appreciate it. So I'm going to share with you my why, and I'm going to kind of keep it short, and I'm going to try to keep it, not so emotional. But I told you guys about my dad, right? I told you about my daddy already. Today is my daddy's birthday. His name is Elmo. Elmo, Elmo Dyer. They call him Junie Boy. So today's Junie Boy's birthday. My dad was kind of cute. I like his shirt that he had going on. I remember that shirt. So I'm reminded of this journey that's kind of shaped my life. It's a journey that was kind of, marked with loss and transformation. The loss of my dad, but he died because of heart disease, and his passing did shake me to the core, and it did leave a void in my heart that I thought would never really be filled, right? And I really do feel like the work that I do with Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, the reason why I go so hard is because I see him in you guys, right? I see him in a lot of what you do and what you going through. And I think I wish my 18-year-old self could have helped him, right? I feel like it's just a blessing. And I'm just being really transparent with you guys. Like, I have no filter with this. I'm just sharing how I feel, right? I just really feel like helping you helps me feeling like I'm helping him, right? So there's a big connection in that for me. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death, like worldwide, but more specifically for Black women. Do y'all understand that? Like, we are literally, it is like the #1 cause of death for us specifically. And this year I'm turning 50, right? And I'm acutely aware of the risks that come with neglecting your health. So how many of us are guilty? Type guilty in the chat of neglecting your health, of just putting your health behind you, of just saying, you know what? I have work to do. I have a house to clean. I have bills to pay. I have clothes. But health is not a priority. You're not putting it in the forefront. You're not waking up saying, I got to go work out. I got to meal prep. It's not a priority. If you're guilty, just type guilty, because it happens. It happened to me. That's how this whole Fit, Fine, and Fabulous thing started, right? Long ago, I was struggling with losing weight. I started a group, and then it kept growing and growing. Then I started gaining weight on purpose and all the things. But over time, I realized that I was so passionate about this because of my dad. And I just refuse to let history repeat itself. I refuse to become another statistic, you guys. My mom has heart disease. My mom has diabetes. My brother has diabetes. My sister has hypertension. I refuse to be another statistic. Do you refuse as well? Somebody, if you are refusing along with me, type refuse in the chat. Like, I just refuse to do it, right? And I want you guys to join me in losing this weight as we lead up to summer. Summer is coming, and I'm going hard because, like I shared, I've shared with my Fit, Fine, and Fabulous members already that I've gained weight on purpose again. And my goal is to complete my transformation by my birthday, October. So I'll be sharing exactly my meal plans, exactly what I'm eating. I'm actually going to be recording workout videos and doing all the things as well. And I want to invite you guys to join me in this fight for a healthier, happier summer. If you are down with that, type summer in the chat. If you were like, yes, I want to join y'all. What are y'all doing? What's going on? If you guys want to join, I am going to explain it if I see some sisters type in summer. If you are interested in participating, if you are interested in being a part of it, just go ahead and type summer and I will explain it, right? If for those of you who just came to get the 10 tips, I respect that. This is an addition to that. I am going to be sharing the phrase of the night after I'm done sharing about our summer situation. India says her birthday is in October. Come on, Libra. My friend Janice, her birthday is also in October. She's turning 75. I'm turning 50. We have these big milestone birthdays coming up in October. All right. So let's see. Let's see. What else I got here? All right. All right. I am going to just share just outright. See, none of the stuff that we're going to share tonight really matters if you guys don't even take the first step. None of this matters if you allow fear and doubt to hold you back. So tonight I'm going to urge you just to ignore the fear and the doubt. And I want you guys to join us on a 12-week melt your fat and build muscle after 40 challenge. I did not even ask how many of you are older than 40. If you are, go ahead and type 40 in the chat. If you are 40 and over, clearly I'm 49. Go ahead and type 40. If you don't have to type your actual age, you could just type 40 and over. So this program that I put together, y'all, this is why I'm so excited because I've never done anything like this. It's going to be different. It's 12 weeks. We're going to melt fat. We're going to build muscle to do it. And it's geared towards women over 40. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have arthritis in both of my knees, right? So when I work out, I always do the modifier, right? Every last time I've gained weight and lost it again, I've only ever done the modifier. I've had arthritis in my knees since my late 30s. So it's been the whole time. So the workouts that I'm going to share are going to be modified. Are you guys okay with that? If you're okay with that, type yes or no in the chat. Because I'm not going hard. Like sometimes people be going, jumping up and down. I can't do all that. We're going to do effective workouts. Effective. Now, you're going to lose the weight, but it's going to be low impact because my knees, okay, my knees. And I showed y'all this before. So it's 12 weeks, and we're going to be focusing specifically on losing body fat. We're going to be talking more about how to lose fat and not just focusing on weight. Like I want to lose weight, yes, but I want to lose fat more than weight. I hope that makes sense to you. If that makes sense to you in the chat, say so. You say yes in the chat if that makes sense. That I want to lose fat, not just weight. Because you can lose muscle, you can lose water, you can lose all kinds of things. I'm just trying to lose fat. So the name of the challenge, sisters, it's a whole new challenge. It's called Melt Fat and Build Muscle After 40. And I'm literally putting this together right now. If you guys are interested in knowing what's included in it, go ahead and type after 40 in the chat. If you want to know what you get when you join Melt Fat and Build Muscle After 40, go ahead and type after 40 in the chat and I will share it with you. Right now, for those of you who are members, I want to share this because I do have a membership, right? This is actually separate from our membership. This is not a membership program. This is separate from the membership. So you're not joining a membership when you join this. This is just a 12-week, like a countdown to summer. Every last week in summer, I'm going to do a video explaining what I'm eating, how I'm working out, and I'm going to be real transparent. I'm going to share my body with you, how many inches I've lost, how much fat I've lost, and I'm prayerful that that is going to encourage you to rock with me, right? To melt fat with me. That is what I'm looking for, some women who are committed to doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do with each of you is have a 30-minute meeting where we're going to be talking about your macros. Does anybody know what macros are? Type yes or no in the chat. We're going to talk about setting your macros and what they are, primarily setting your protein macros. And for those of you who do not know what macros are just a way that we group food groupings. So protein is a macro, fat is a macro, carb is a macro, and kind of loosely, like they say alcohol and stuff is a whole nother macro, right? So it's a way we group food. So instead of counting calories, some people count macros. Like how much protein, when people are like, how much protein should I eat a day? How much how much carbs should I have a day? They get that from calculating their macros. So that is what I want to work with you on, is understanding how much protein, fat, and carb you should be having in your day. Now, in my membership, we focus on just eating healthy, and that works. People have lost 50 pounds, 75 pounds, 80 pounds. But for those of you who are finding it really hard to lose weight, I feel like designating a number will help you to see what you're doing right or wrong and how close you are to it. Does that make sense? Type a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. If you understand what macros are now, and you understand that I will be helping you to calculate that. Macros are calculated based on your body composition, how active you are, and some other things. So I'll be calculating. Does anybody else have questions about that? So you're going to get a one-on-one meeting. I'm going to send you some questions. You're going to send me some answers. And then I am going to calculate, okay, this is how much you should be eating. And then we're going to work together to create a meal plan just for you, a specific meal plan, right? So we're going to have workouts. We are going to be working out. And let me tell you, these are going to be workouts for women over 40. You're like, what does that mean? Not just that we're going to be doing modified workouts. We're going to be doing workouts that build muscle. Women over 40, honestly, women over 35 are going through something called muscle sarcopenia. And you're like, what is that? Muscle sarcopenia is just what the body does, right? It's just something the body does where your muscles are depleting every day of your life. Y'all know that, right? You're losing muscle every day, especially as you get to the age 35, you lose a muscle. So if you are not lifting weights, if you are not doing any weight bearing exercise, even if it's just with your body, you're losing muscle. The less muscle you have, the less you burn calories. So we're going to be doing some, and it doesn't even all include weights. It's body movements that help you build muscle. And we're going to be including the booty bands to help you with resistance. And then eventually you can use the weights. Or if you want to start off with weights, you can as well. But you will have workouts. We will have meal plans. We will have support meetings, group support meetings. We will also have education and inspiration meetings. I will also be sending you guys my 12-week planner. This is a hardcover spiral bound book with the silver tips on it, and it has your meal planner in it. It has your grocery list in it. It has your tracker in it. It has all the things that you need to succeed in these 12 weeks, right? So we're going to have a goal setting time where we're sitting together and creating our goals. You're also going to get access to my membership site, the Fit Fine Fab Life membership, where we have all of our courses and all of our meals. You're also going to get access to our app and all these things. And I am sending you several books. Our upcoming challenge that we have is called Get More Sleep, Girl. How many of us would like to get more sleep? Go ahead and type GMS in the chat. We're going to be doing a challenge that comes with a book that is shipped to your house to help you get more sleep. Get more sleep with food, get more sleep with water and liquids, get more sleep with your morning routine, your evening routine. We're doing all of that in a challenge. So you get the Get More Sleep Girl challenge. We are also doing a meal prep challenge, For those of you who do not meal prep, you're going to learn how to meal prep easily. Meal prep does not have to take hours at all. I'm going to show you how you don't have to take hours to meal prep. I'm going to show you how you can use food to lose, right? Lose weight, but you do need to plan. We have got to plan. Somebody in the chat type plan. So we're going to be doing a 10-day learn to meal prep challenge. And that is going to include a new sugar detox, that I cannot wait to share with you ladies. And then also together as a sisterhood, we will be doing the Count Your Macros Girl challenge, where I am going to be meeting with you one-on-one, yes. But then also together as a sisterhood, we will be doing the Count Your Macros Girl challenge. So we have 3 challenges that's going to happen in the 3 months to summer. 12 weeks is 3 months. Each month, we're going to be doing a challenge. Every day, you're going to have a workout in the app. Every week, we're going to be meeting as a group. And at the top of the challenge, I'm going to be meeting with you to help you set your macros, to help get you motivated. That is what we will be doing. So for sleep, we have other courses as well to help you build a sleep sanctuary. We also have a course for yoga for better sleep and also building a better bedtime routine. So we have all kinds of resources and experts to come in to speak to you on those things. How many of you, I'm wondering, how many of you are interested and ready tonight to join us for our Melt the Fat, Build Muscle After 40 challenge, where we're doing our workouts, we're going to be eating healthy, we're going to be planning our meals, we're going to have the videos, we're going to be consistent. If you are interested in joining us, go ahead and type me in the chat. If you were interested in joining the Melt the Fat, Build the Muscle After 40 challenge, I will be sharing with you the link on how to get there, because we've helped Miss Phyllis Jackson, who is 61 years old, lose 31 pounds and 30 inches. I want that for you as well, sister. I've helped Miss Lisa Young, who has scoliosis in her back, and she still works out. Oh my gosh, she works out consistently. She's lost 35 pounds, reduced her high blood pressure, and got rid of that inflammation with scoliosis. I did not mention my girl Phyllis actually has multiple sclerosis and Graves' disease. So if you guys have, excuses and issues and all the things, I need you to let them go. Ladies, I am pretty much at the end of my presentation. I'm about to give the phrase of the day because I definitely want you guys to win. For those of you who said me, I am going to go ahead and share with you how to join tonight. I have special pricing just for tonight. So if you join tonight, actually, is there anybody on the call who's interested in knowing the pricing? Go ahead and type price. Otherwise, I can end the call and just give you guys the phrase of the night. If anybody's actually interested, I can share. Okay, somebody's interested in the price, so let me share. So hold on, how do I get to it? So this is the site that you go to sign up. And on the site, you can see here, right? We're interested in losing inches and not just losing weight. And we're interested in educating you so that you understand. We're not just interested in giving you a meal plan and let you go on about your way. We're going to handhold you so that you get a phone call from people to support you and all the things. This is how you get real results. It's through accountability. It's through support. And we're not just going to be talking about sleep. We're going to talk about mindset and nutrition and hormones and exercise and all the things. But what I wanted to share with you is that we do offer those meal plans. You do get the website. You do get the planner. You do get the 3 books that I told you about. You do get access to our app. And now you get a 30-minute meeting with me where I'll be helping you with your macros. And we're going to create a meal plan to support your macros, And all 12 weeks, we're going to be learning together. I have a question for those of you who are interested in the price. before I get to that, are you actually interested in learning? Or you type yes or no in the chat. Because I find that people just want to lose weight. I just want to get the weight off. And that's fine. But guess what? You will not be able to keep the weight off if you don't understand how your body works. At Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, it is me, right? It is my goal to help you to not just get the transformation, but to learn how to get the transformation without me. Without me. I don't want to just give you the plan. Okay, go do this workout. I want you to understand what we're doing as it relates to workouts and as it relates to food. So if you said yes, if you're like, yeah, I'm into education, I want to learn about how to lower my cholesterol, how to manage my hormones, how to get more sleep, how to drink more water, how to build better habits. These are courses and challenges that we host in this organization, right? And you would be a part of that. You would be a part of that. So the melt fat, build muscle after 40, all you need to do is sign up and join tonight. Let me get to the button where it discusses the price. Now, you can pay weekly and it's $50 a week. $50 a week. That's how much it is on a weekly payment. Or you can pay monthly and it's $167 a month for 3 months, because it's only 3 months. It's not a membership where you have to constantly pay, right? Or you can pay $477 and then that's just the price. That's just the price, right? So there are 3 ways that you can join. You can pay every week, $50 a week, right? And then once you hit the total, then you won't be charged again. Or you can pay once for $477. That actually saves you $100, right? So if you do the $477, it actually saves you $125. If you pay upfront, it's $125. If you pay $167 a month, you're also saving money. But if you do the $50, you're able to just do the $50 a week. So for those of you who said that you were interested in joining us, let me know which way do you want to join. Because here is the link to join us. I'm putting it in the chat, FFF. And listen, this deal is so like big for us that we called it like FFF Black Friday, because that's the last time we had a crazy deal was back in Black Friday. So it's FFBlackFriday.com/membership. You can sign up to pay weekly, monthly, or one-time quarterly payment. And when our challenge starts together, we'll be scheduling our one-on-one meetings. We'll be shipping out our books to you, and we'll be sending the calendars on to you guys, right? So my personal goal is to lose 2 pounds a week, right? Up and through summer. So my personal goal is to lose 24 pounds. And I'm looking for some ladies who want to lose that weight with me, who wants to have first dibs, first access at exactly what I'm eating, exactly what workouts we're doing, exactly how things are laid out. How are we planning things? You'll get that exact information, right? Larita says, when are you starting? We are starting exactly 12 weeks before summer. So that would be around April 1st or so, right? Around April 1st or so. However, tonight is the cheapest night, right? So if you decide to join after, the prices will be different, right? I wanted to, I don't know, treat the ladies who showed up live on this call to the best deal, because you took the time out to join, to show up, and right. And I mean, I've only told you guys, I haven't opened this up to the public. No one else knows about this. This is something that I've just created, literally just created these last 2 weeks as I am beginning my journey of losing my own weight again. I want to do it publicly, and I want to do it with some sisters who are down with me. So I'm asking the chat, who is joining me? If you are joining me, type me in the chat. Sabrina says, is this included in our membership or is this separate? This is actually something separate, but for the women in the membership, it depends on when you join. Some of the ladies who joined the membership most recently, this is included for them. And I have a list of ladies that this is included for. The only thing you would have to pay for is the meeting with me. So for if you are a member, I can talk about this in our app, and I'll ask that question to me in the app, and I will send you a specific link, Sabrina. But I think, Sabrina, you just recently joined, so you would probably only have to pay the time that the $50, really, that's all it would be to meet with me to get your macros set up. Everything else is already included. Y'all already know the books that we're doing in the membership are already included. The only thing that's additional are all the workouts. I'm about to record a lot of workouts of me specifically doing the workouts so that you could see me and my body getting smaller week after week. I want to be completely transparent with everyone who is participating, right? Then yes, Sabrina, you're good. You're absolutely good. The only thing you would need to cover is for the one-on-one time, and I will send you that link. Kimberly says, I'm currently in a membership and I have questions. Ask your questions in the app, and I will, as soon as this call is over, I will answer the questions for you. I will answer the questions for you. Are there ladies who are not members who are interested in joining me in these 12 weeks to shedding the weight? To shedding the weight, it's $50 a week, it's $167 a month, or it's $477 for the quarter. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that you're going to lose this weight, sis. The meal plans that we're putting together, the macros that we're putting together, pretty much guaranteed. If you participate in this challenge, if you follow the meal plans, if you follow the workouts, if you follow everything I say and you do not lose weight, I am giving money back. That's how confident I am in what we do. I've been doing this for more than a decade. I've lost and gained weight 3 other times. I know exactly what to do for my body. I want to show you exactly what to do for yours. And it does include better sleep. It does include eating better. It does include getting better organized. And we're going to be helping you with all of that. Renique says, can you give info on the membership and the cost? The membership itself is pretty much the same cost. The membership costs about the same, except I don't offer $50 a week, right? I offer only monthly and bi-weekly for the membership. And the membership is pretty much, like I said, it's pretty much the same cost. However, at this time, I'm only opening the doors up for this particular program, right? And if you want to, after the program, continue on with the membership, we will give an extension and allow you to join the membership on that way. But this is a confined program. So you start week 1, we end week 12, and then you have your results. You have your results. Now it's going to be up to you to show up, do the work, right? All the things, following up. Lenenka says, I'm going to join, just need to quickly check the budget. Gotcha. Is there anyone else who is going to join tonight? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to be looking to see if we have people who have, oh, my phone died. Oh, no, it didn't. People who have already joined. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I dropped the link in there for you guys. Does anyone else have any questions? Anyone else have any questions? If not, let me go ahead over here. I was sharing with you guys about, I don't even know if Tina on the call, but Tina just joined us, 4 weeks ago. In her first week, she lost 10 pounds and 6.5 inches. Katina Brooks, congratulations if you were on the call. April, she was a part of our program. In 5 days, she lost 7 pounds and just 5 days and 5.25 inches. So listen, ladies, we know what to do. Terry lost 6.6 pounds in her 5 days. Felicia lost 13 pounds in her first 5 days. Nakima lost 9.5 pounds in her first 5 days. So listen, we are here. We're ready to help. We want to help, especially our Black sisters who need the help, who need the encouragement, who need sisters who are going to go hard for them in the pain. Now, I'm going to close out tonight and I'm going to share the verse of the day again. I'm going to share this verse again. I want you guys to don't fool yourself into thinking that you were a listener when you're anything but. Letting the word go in one ear and out of the other. Act on what you hear. Those who hear and don't act are like those who glance in the mirror and walk away. And 2 minutes later, we have no idea who we are or what they look like, right? That is James 1:22 through 24. Now, just as I promised, sisters, are you still there? Are the ladies still here who are interested in the prizes? If you are, type prize in the chat. If we have ladies who are on the call who are still interested in the prizes, type prize on the chat. Oh, okay. We still got some sisters who are here. Okay. So tonight's first gift, like I said, is the booty band. And then we have the journal. And then we have the water bottle. The phrase for the night, you should be receiving, sisters, you should be receiving an email that's probably entitled, Congrats on Completing the Challenge. Congrats on completing the challenge. And when you see that email, this is the phrase that you need to put. I'm focusing on sleep habits and my healthy routines and not the scale. That is the phrase for the night. 3 lucky ladies will be chosen randomly. We have a random jar a website that we go to, and we put the names in, and then we randomly allow the website to choose the person's name. So everyone has a chance to win. Well, ladies, that concludes my live for the night. If you are here and you are watching and you have questions about the challenge that we have coming up, stay on the call so you can ask your questions. For anyone else, thank y'all so much for joining. We appreciate you. Even if you are a member at this point, if you have a member, I know I told you guys to leave the comments in the app. You can go ahead and ask your question here. The phrase is on the screen. It is on the screen. I am focusing on sleep habits and my healthy routines and not the scale. And not the scale. Sabrina, are you still there? Do you have any questions? You can go ahead and ask your questions here because I don't have a lot of questions going on. You're welcome, Miss Hillier. You're welcome, Miss McCrae. So good to see you guys here. So good to see you here. Do we have any questions about the melt your fat? Patricia says it was awesome as always. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Daria. Good night, you guys. Good night, you guys. Thank you guys so much. You're welcome. You're welcome, sisters. Kimberly says she wants to know the price for her, but let me stop sharing. No, I'm gonna continue to share my screen. Kimberly, what's your last name? Is this Kimberly Freeman? I only see your first name. Okay. You're welcome, Renika. It was so good to see you. I hope you join, sis. I would love to help you. Let me see. Kimberly Freeman. Let me take a look. Cool. All right, Miss Kimberly, I am sharing and I can't really stop sharing on the Facebook without ending the call. And I don't want to have this conversation like open. So I am going to end this call and I will end up chatting with you on the app or in the inbox. So let me end this call and I'll stop the recording so that we can talk one-on-one. All right, sisters, y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining.